These were what we are now calling steps to recovery, because finding joy in those places, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, helped me discover different parts of myself. Joyful day, beautiful beings, and joyful all things beautiful hearts. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another opportunity, another segment of Sierra Speaks. Yes, it's just a space, but it's an intentional space where I get together and I am transparent and I am everything that I'm not, while intentionally being all that I am, to give myself the opportunity to recover, discover, and empower. Yeah. And in me allowing myself to do that, I often hit the record button so that you might allow yourself the opportunity to do the same thing. Here I'm reading from Finding Sierra, and this week we are reading from Breaking Cycles. How many of you are ready to break some cycles? Or how many of you are in the process of breaking cycles, right? If you are, then put the chain emoji down in the box and let us know how you are going about continuing to make sure that you don't get locked back up again. Yeah, so it says that I was learning, I was calling these steps recovery, right? It was like meeting long lost parts of myself. This was a real awakening. It was so real that I started talking in third, second, first, and sometimes what seemed like fourth person, referring to myself as us, me, we, they, and I. The MUS, if you've been here before, then you know what that is. But this time we're in the chapter, right? We're in the part of the book where I write about this. And the MUS, the made up stuff. The made up stuff was not letting me go so easily. And see, this is the thing, when you've made your mind up or you made your heart up that you want to change something, listen, it depends on, it's not letting you go so easy, just period. And so what I realized is that I made my fears and my insecurities and all these made up things that I told myself so comfortable, right? I made them so comfortable. It was like I was the best concierge hospitality service to my fears and my insecurities and my low vibrating frequencies and my stinky thinking and all these things. I made them so comfortable in my space. And so now that I did not want them around anymore, now that I saw that I was being the weapon formed against myself, now that I saw that I might have been in my own way sometimes, and I wanted to change those things, I wanted to start thinking differently, I wanted to start talking differently, I wanted to start producing differently, I wanted to start bearing more fruit. And so it did not come easy. And so let me encourage you that in your process of breaking cycles, in the opportunity that you are ready to give yourself to get out of your way, to start anew, to let go of those old things, and behold, all things become new, it might not come easy. But are you worth the opportunity? Are you worth the chance to give yourself the chance to give yourself a chance that you've never given yourself? And so I say this before, but that if you're waiting on someone else to do it, then you're going to be waiting, right? You're going to feel constantly like life is letting you down, that nobody's showing up for you when you haven't allowed yourself the opportunity to show up for you. So you got to let go of that MUS. You got to let go of that made up stuff that you're telling yourself that is somebody else's fault. And although it might be somebody else to blame, but how long are you going to keep blaming them? How long are you going to keep seeing the stuff on the outside and not pay attention to what's going on the inside? If you hear that noise, it's a little thunder and lightning going on right now, right? And so letting go, it wasn't letting me go easy. This was going to be hard. But I realized I had fought my way through a lot of things, which was training me for such a time as this. And see, this is why we say, oh, it's not going to be easy to do it. the real thing that is the most challenging thing, not the idea of that you no longer want to do it, not the idea that you finally realize that you're not supposed to be there, not the idea that you are just ready for something new, but it's your mindset, right? And this is why we have to recover, discover, and empower. Because oftentimes when we say that we want to let go and we want to stop doing things, we only say it. And sometimes we even might physically move from one space to another space. But if you have not changed the way that you think, if you not have changed the way that you spoken, if you have not changed the way that you see yourself outside of it, then you're probably going to repeat the same thing. And so this is why you recovering from the MUS is highly important, right? And so you got to call these things what they are. And so I started now calling these steps to recovery. Steps to recovery, because I was ready to recover. I was ready to forgive Sierra for putting other people before me. I was willing to forgive Sierra for thinking that what I do for someone else, that they were gonna in turn do it for me. And not that I regret any of those things. And so don't take it back with moments of regret, but take it back to moments of that. Why didn't you consider you in the addition to considering someone else? Yeah. And so if you are ready to get on the journey to recovery, then you have to be real with yourself. You got to be real with yourself. And so you got to be real with yourself about the made up stuff. And really only you know what you made up. Only you know the lies that you've told yourself for you to stay in that situation. Only you know the things that haunt you at nighttime that you press your way through in the daytime, right? Only you know those things. And so allowing yourself to uniquely recover in the way that only you can recover, because how I do it isn't the way that you're gonna do it. And so I don't do these things to tell you how it should be done. I come on here to be transparent in this space, to show you that you can absolutely do the thing, right? Because I'm doing the thing, although your thing might look different than my thing, but it can still be done. Yo, that was loud. That was loud. And God is trying to tell you something. The universe is trying to tell you something. And it's time for you to listen. And it's time for you to turn off the made up things that you've said and felt about yourself, and give yourself the opportunity. See, this thing was so serious, right? It had become so personal that I really just sat and asked myself, right? One day I really paid attention to my thoughts of myself and the things that I say to myself internally. And this is the thing, that what you don't say has just as much power as what you said. If you've heard the saying that there is a power, life and death in our tongue, then I want to let you know what nobody let me know, that the words that you don't speak have just as much power too, right? Because you are the conscious creator. The thing about the words, the spoken words, is that you create them in speaking. And the thing about you being a conscious creator is that what you ask, so a man thinketh, that so he shall be. So you thinking the word is just as much damaging as you speaking ill will over you, as if you doing the joking thing about you, but we're really you doing yourself, you're doing self-harm to yourself, right? And so I realized that I had fought my way, oh, I think we read it, and which was training me for moments like this. All that you have gone through, all that you have been through, all that you have endured, no matter the person that you have connected it to, and no matter how much you cared about them and you liked them and all of these things, they came your way because they were also supposed to be a lesson. So in the opportunity of feeling how you was feeling about some person, place, or thing, there is the opportunity to learn something. There was a group when I was younger, and it was said, one of the songs said, "You got to live and learn. You got to live and learn." Hey, yeah, because we can't just be living life and we're not willing to learn, right? We can't. you will live the thoughts. Your thoughts are like paintbrushes. And so, and the thing is that when you aren't even trying to, you are creating a narrative. You create a narrative even when you speak it or just when you think it. And so I want to encourage us here in this space when we do the methodology that I have come up with to allow us to recover, discover, and empower. And in the opportunity, in doing that, right? We don't do that just on the surface level. We allow ourselves to disrupt our mindset and our heart sets, right? And then we get to tame our outdated language, because most of the stuff that you speaking about yourself is old stuff. But if you keep speaking a thing, then you don't even know that you changed, right? Because you keep saying a thing and you're not even you're honoring yourself to where you are, to how you're now trying to grow, right? And then after you disrupt and then you tame, then you allow yourself to do the most beautifulest thing that you could possibly do, and that is to allow yourself to transform from the inside out. Yeah, you are grateful and thankful for everything that you are, but also grateful and thankful and appreciative for all that you're not. That is the beauty. There is a rose isn't out here trying to be like a dandelion. And I just told someone the other day, I doubt if a giraffe is mad one day of its life because it's not the lion. And I think the same thing, that a lion ain't worried about not being a butterfly. And so why is it that you aren't allowing yourself to bless yourself, to praise yourself, to see yourself as the gift that you are to this planet, but also the gift that you are to yourself? To allow yourself to remove that stinky thinking, and not just, to remove the MUS, and not just on the surface level, but in the mind, body, and the spirit, right? And so that way it allows you a moment of like collapse time. So some of those things that they say, oh, it's gonna take you a long time to get over that, and it's gonna take you a long time, it really don't take that long. When you make your mind up, when your mind is made up, when your mind is set on what it is, and then you create an action to go with it, and then you mess around and you give it an affirmation, listen, you woo, it automatically shifts things. It automatically changes things in ways that you didn't even know that it could. So give yourself the opportunity. And what I realized is that I was realizing that I was telling myself that I can't more than I was telling myself that I can. And so are you like I once was, caught up in the MUS? Because the thing is that most of us are living a reality different than the one, most of us are living a reality different than what we're really living. Yeah, because most of us are living in the lifestyle, in a mindset that's different than really what's happening. And so you are a natural born creator. And so I just want to beseech you to be an intentional creator of your reality. And see, let me see. Since I've already experienced and survived the hard shit life had hit me with, I realized that we were at a place where I had no choice but to stand up for ourselves, to stand up for me this time. Are you at a space like, have you had enough? Is your enough had enough? Right? And then look, so I created these little things because I create now. And so these are a part of my Which Way Is Up collection. These two. And so if you're interested in putting this inside your space, then put which way is up, and then I'll let you know the price for these and you can get these. But they're just little cute things to remind you to continue to bloom to your fullest potential, to be an intentional creator of your reality. Did you know that in the word art is heart, right? In the word heart is art. And you are art. You are a masterpiece like none other, because I told you the way you recover is not the way that I'm going to recover. The way the dandelion grows isn't the way that the tulip grows. And so until you help yourself to know your recovery style, then you might keep repeating the same old narrative. And so allow yourself the opportunity to bloom to your fullest potential like only you can. And that's the message. That's the segment. And thank you for joining me here at Sierra Speaks. And so we're here every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, right? And I do it unconventionally, right? I don't have all the funky little things. It's just me and you, naturally, holistically, being our most best selves, right? That's superlative. And that means to your highest degree, to your highest form. And so this month, right, as we close out August, right? And then we'll go into September and then we'll do this again. And the thing is that recover, discover, and empower is all that we talk about here. We just find different ways to talk about it. And I also then use things that I've used, like maybe my book or some of my heart work that I've created, right? And so I use these things to give you a visual of what I might be saying because we all learn differently. And so I'm not here to tell you how to learn. I'm not here to tell you how to do a thing. I'm just here to be an out loud example to let you know that that thing can absolutely be done. Right. And so when life gives you lemons, get cute. Period. That's the message. Keep smiling, keep shining. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to hear more, then go all up and through this YouTube channel. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe. You want to subscribe so when notifications comes and I go live, that you're the first person to get it. And if this wasn't for you, I thank you for listening. But if you know someone who might use this message, then please share it with them, right? Because the idea is that we help each other grow. The idea is that we help each other be better versions of ourselves. Because the better you equals the better me. That's my heart motto here. And I just want you to know it. Thank you very much for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you throughout the month of September. We will be talking about R.D.I, right? Recover, discover, and empower. Thank you.